Have you ever wondered how one man could change the future of cars, rockets, energy, and even artificial intelligence all at once? How someone could rise from a bullied, curious boy in South Africa to become one of the most influential figures on Earth? Welcome to the channel where we dive deep into the journeys of extraordinary visionaries who reshape our world. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe and stay till the end, because today we're unfolding one of the most inspiring stories of our time, the rise of Elon Musk, the man who dared to dream beyond Earth itself. Elon Reeve Musk was born on June 28, 1971 in Pretoria, South Africa. From the beginning, he was different. While other kids were playing outside, Elon spent hours buried in books, science fiction novels, and computer manuals. His curiosity was endless, his imagination limitless. By age 10, he had already fallen in love with computers. Using an old Commodore VIC-20, he taught himself programming. Just 2 years later, at age 12, he created a video game called Blastar and sold it for about $500. It was a simple game, but it marked the beginning of something much bigger. A glimpse of the entrepreneur he would become. Elon wasn't the popular kid. In fact, he was often bullied. Once he was beaten so badly, he ended up in the hospital. But those experiences didn't break him. They built him. They taught him to endure pain, to focus on his goals, and to believe in himself, even when no one else did. When he was 17, Elon decided to leave South Africa, partly to avoid military service under apartheid, but more importantly, to seek opportunity. He moved to Canada, where he attended Queen's University and later transferred to the University of Pennsylvania in the United States. There, he studied both physics and economics, a combination that reflected his dual love for science and business. While in college, Elon showed his entrepreneurial side early. He and his roommate rented a large house, turned it into a nightclub, and charged students for entry. It wasn't about partying, it was about learning how business worked, how people responded to ideas, and how to make something from nothing. After graduation, Elon was accepted into a PhD program at Stanford University, but within 2 days, he dropped out. Why? Because the internet revolution had just begun, and he didn't want to watch it from the sidelines. He wanted to build it. Along with his brother Kimball, he launched his first startup, Zip2, a company that provided online business directories and maps for newspapers. It was one of the first attempts to bring traditional media to the internet. But success didn't come overnight. They slept in their small office, showered at a gym, and worked non-stop to make Zip2 survive. Eventually, their persistence paid off. In 1999, Compaq acquired Zip2 for about $307 million. Elon made $22 million from the deal, his first real fortune. But instead of retiring young, he took almost all of that money and invested it into his next venture, X.com, an online payment company. At a time when people were still afraid to use credit cards online, Elon believed the future of money was digital. After a merger, X.com became PayPal, and soon it revolutionized online transactions. In 2002, eBay bought PayPal for $1.5 billion in stock, and Elon walked away with around $180 million. Most people would have stopped there, but Elon Musk is not most people. For him, money was never the goal. The goal was impact, solving problems that mattered to humanity. And so, instead of building another app, he turned his attention to 3 huge challenges: space travel, sustainable energy, and transportation. That same year, 2002, Elon founded SpaceX, short for Space Exploration Technologies. His mission was simple yet audacious: to make space travel affordable and eventually to make life multiplanetary. Almost everyone thought he was crazy. Rockets were the domain of governments and billion-dollar agencies, not private entrepreneurs. But Musk believed otherwise. He poured over $100 million of his own money into SpaceX. The early years were brutal. The first 3 rocket launches failed, one after another. Each failure cost millions of dollars. Engineers quit. Critics laughed. The media called him foolish. Even friends advised him to give up. But Elon refused. He said, "When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor." In 2008, with his last remaining funds, SpaceX launched its 4th rocket, and it succeeded. That single success saved the company. Just weeks later, NASA awarded SpaceX a $1.6 billion contract to resupply the International Space Station. It was a turning point that changed everything. From that moment, SpaceX became unstoppable. It developed the Falcon 9, the Dragon spacecraft, and the world's first reusable rocket system, slashing the cost of spaceflight and setting new records. By 2020, SpaceX made history again by becoming the first private company to send astronauts to the International Space Station. But while SpaceX was taking off, Elon was also working on another bold dream: electric cars. In 2004, he invested in a small startup called Tesla Motors, which aimed to prove that electric cars could be fast, cool, and desirable. Most experts laughed. They said electric cars would never replace gasoline. Yet Elon saw what others couldn't: the future. Tesla faced enormous challenges: production delays, financial troubles, near bankruptcy. There were moments when even Elon thought it might all fall apart. He once said there was a time when he had to decide whether to save SpaceX or Tesla, because he couldn't afford to save both. Instead, he split his last remaining money between them, and somehow both survived. In 2008, Tesla launched its first car, the Roadster, a sleek, high-performance electric sports car. Then came the Model X in 2012, a car that redefined the entire automotive industry. It was fast, luxurious, and had a range no one thought possible. Tesla kept pushing boundaries, releasing the Model X, Model 3, and Model Y, all while expanding into energy solutions with Powerwall batteries and solar panels. Elon's vision was bigger than cars. He wanted to build a sustainable energy ecosystem from generation to storage to transportation. And Tesla was just the beginning. Around the same time, Musk also co-founded SolarCity, which later merged with Tesla to advance his goal of clean energy. In 2016, he created the Boring Company to combat traffic congestion through underground tunnels. He also launched Neuralink, a neurotechnology company aiming to connect the human brain with computers, and co-founded OpenAI to ensure artificial intelligence benefits all of humanity. Elon Musk was no longer just building companies, he was building the future. But despite his incredible success, his journey was never smooth. He faced criticism, lawsuits, and public controversies. He worked 80 to 100 hours a week, sleeping in factories and rarely taking breaks. His leadership style was demanding, sometimes harsh, but undeniably effective. He once said, "I could either watch it happen or be a part of it." That mindset became the foundation of his success. By 2021, Elon Musk had become the richest man in the world, with a net worth surpassing $200 billion. Yet even then, he remained focused on his mission to make humanity a multi-planetary species. Through SpaceX's Starship program, Musk plans to colonize Mars, not as a fantasy, but as a backup plan for human civilization. He believes that to secure the future of humanity, we must expand beyond Earth. His company also launched Starlink, a satellite internet system that provides global connectivity, especially in remote and war-torn areas. Today, Starlink has thousands of satellites orbiting Earth, proving once again that Musk's ambitions are always one step ahead. But perhaps Elon Musk's greatest contribution is not his technology, but his mindset, his belief that failure is not the end, but a necessary step toward progress. When people told him it was impossible, he showed them it wasn't. When he lost everything, he built again. And when he succeeded, he aimed even higher. His story reminds us that success doesn't come from luck. It comes from relentless effort, courage to dream big, and the willingness to keep going even when everything falls apart. If you're an entrepreneur watching this right now, take a lesson from Elon Musk's journey. Start small, dream big, fail often, learn fast, and never give up. Because the path to greatness is never straight. It's built on persistence, vision, and faith in what's possible. Elon Musk once said, "If something is important enough, you should try, even if the probable outcome is failure." Those words are more than a quote. They're a challenge to every dreamer, every builder, and every believer who dares to change the world. Before we wrap up, if you've enjoyed this story and want to keep learning from the lives of the world's most successful visionaries, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss future episodes. Your support helps us keep sharing inspiring stories like this one. And remember, greatness doesn't happen overnight. It happens one bold step at a time. This is the story of Elon Musk, a man who turned dreams into rockets, ideas into empires, and failures into stepping stones toward the stars. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep dreaming, keep building, and keep believing in what's possible.